Happy Tuesday, everybody. Dr. Z here with another episode of Tooth Teacher Tuesday. This week, wrapping up the last few weeks' discussion on the topic of wisdom teeth. This last video talking about another common question I get related to wisdom teeth, which is when is the right age to get your wisdom teeth out? And I think a lot of people associate getting your wisdom teeth out with being that classic teenager that you see, on some trending video of, being all doped up and goofy. And there is a reason for that being the common age to get your wisdom teeth out. Now, have I seen adults well into their, 60s or 70s have to get a wisdom tooth out? Yes, and it's usually for one of those emergency reasons we've talked about in previous videos. But typically it's going to be teenagers, and there's a reason for that. And to give an exact number wouldn't be, that'd be far too black and white. But in general, right around age 16 is going to be that perfect age to get the wisdom teeth out. And the reason for that is when getting wisdom teeth out, your dentist or oral surgeon is going to want to make sure that the wisdom tooth or teeth are just at that perfect stage of development where, if we try to get them out earlier than that, the wisdom teeth may not be developed enough that there's really much tooth yet to get a hold of. It'd be kind of premature. Whereas if you wait too much longer beyond your middle teenage years, what can happen is those wisdom teeth continue to develop, and a lot of times if they're impacted, it's going to be developing under the gums, under the bone, and as they develop, they get bigger and bigger and bigger. And the way our lovely office manager and hygienist Nikki likes to explain it to our patients around here, your teeth are kind of like trees. The older the tree is or the tooth is, the bigger and deeper the roots go. And that's especially problematic with wisdom teeth, because if those roots get bigger and bigger and bigger, they can make it harder to get the wisdom tooth out down the road, to the point that sometimes those roots will grow into sinuses or wrap around major nerves or blood vessels, that sometimes trying to get the wisdom tooth out would be too risky, and we sometimes have to leave it, which is a hard call to make when we've got some of these other issues going on that we've talked about in previous videos. So that's why right around age 16 is that ideal age where, for the average person, that wisdom tooth is going to be developed enough that we can get it out of there, but not so far developed that it's getting close to any vital structures that are risky to go near. And the other thing too that we see historically is that the younger you are, the better healing you're going to have, the less likely you are to develop a dry socket or some other issue related to the healing from the wisdom teeth. So you're going to rebound quicker. So again, I don't think anybody really wants to get their wisdom teeth out, but just getting it over with in your teenage years is going to be well worth it to avoid any complications down the road that make it much more difficult to treat. And so I kind of explain it to all my teenage patients that, hey, it's a rite of passage. All your friends are going through it. It's not that big a deal. Most times, unless something unusual happens, as long as you're following your directions at home, most times it's going to be a little bit of discomfort for 2 or 3 days, and then it's over with. You don't have to worry about it anymore. So, again, to wrap things up, when is the ideal age to get your wisdom teeth out? It's going to be right around your mid-teen years, so 15, 16-ish. And yeah, that concludes the past few weeks of discussion on the ins and outs of wisdom teeth. I hope this series of videos has been beneficial to those who are curious about the topic, maybe a bit apprehensive about the topic, and now we'll move on to further topics down the road. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope you will join me on next week's Teacher Tuesday. Have a great week.